Hey, folks, CT here, back once again. Thank you so much for being here on the Duke CT Lounge. Once again, the phone number is 724-444-7444, and the call ID to connect to me, Duke CT, is 92417. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. And the call ID is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'm sorry for not putting the last week's vlog up there. There's some problems with the audio and everything else. I'll try to clean it out, and if you can't, and everything else, it will be up tonight, and hopefully I will put this thing up as well, hopefully later on this evening as well. Anyway, hello everyone, like I said, and tonight we're going to be talking mainly WWE and such. You know, this is something, because most of the interesting stuff happened in WWE. TNA, well, not much anything has happened there besides Vince Russo's gone. And nothing of real change is going to happen until then the week afterwards. So, yeah. Anyway, looking on Twitter about, knowing about a couple friends I know online. I think, Mikey, from Critic TV is going to Golf Anime and Geek Culture Convention, February 25th and 26th, Con G. So the Con G Geek Con. I know a lot. I think there's some people from the forums and everything else are going. So hopefully they have some good time. Hope they're gonna have a good time there, and some, I'm not going to be going to any cons this year, so I'm basically been conned out because the MagFest was so much fun and everything else. But anyway, the only thing I might be going to a convention I might be going to is probably Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con again, which was so much fun. Anyway, let's get this thing. Let's just get this thing started now, shall we? Let's see. It's John Cena's promo. Well, we got the WWE. Let's talk about John Cena's promo. And let me tell you something. Cena's promo, while was, like I said in my video, if you want to know what the video is, I'll put a link in the description what my thoughts is, but I'll reiterate them for you. My thoughts about the entire John Cena promo against The Rock, I don't know. I don't know why it was phrased that way. It just felt like, a bit of fanboy crying. It was the same type of, the bitching that has all this other stuff. All this, bitching, oh, The Rock should have one more match. The Rock owes me this, that, yeah, this whole notion that these guys who basically bust your ass for basically 300 days a year, did everything from basically, The Rock basically wrestled prime time, probably from 1996 to 2001, 2002, and 2003. That is what happened. The Rock did that. And for all his successes and everything else, The Rock has to come back and do whatever he wants. Like, or he shouldn't have left to begin with. He should have stayed there for the rest of his days and everything else. Kind of like how the mafia is. Like, once you're in, you're never going to get out, and the only time you get out is dead, when you're dead. Which, everything else, oh man, Cinerick is a year clamp live streams going on right now. I'm going to check that out after the podcast. Anyway, because, by the way, if you haven't known what Cinerick it is, we'll leave a link in the description and everything else. Follow him, because he's awesome. By the way, he's the dude that actually bought cookies down to MadFest. I know I have a picture of him somewhere. Anyway, I'm being distracted by my Twitter feed. I should honestly, I'm so ADHD. I'm sorry. But anyway, you know, like I said, the whole thing turns on this whole fanboy crying about The Rock should have stayed. The Rock should have done this. The Rock should have kept. The Rock should have stayed because he owes us fans. He owes everything to them. Oh, shut up. The Rock doesn't owe you crap. And honestly, people who do stay too long in the business while not cashing in the lucrative contract and such, well, that goes by the wayside. The Rock, while he did make a fair share of clunkers, but honestly, The Rock still made a lot of money by doing these things, and still made a lot of money and #1 movies and such, like Fast Five, Rundown, Walking Tall, which I'm planning to do a review of. March 3rd. Hopefully everything goes right. I'm gonna start writing for that review this weekend. And everything. I'll start watching and do everything else and do the review and everything else about that. From the new show, last review was Standing. If not that, it'll be coming up real soon during the month of March. And do Rock movies and Cena movies and all that great stuff. Anyway, he did these movies. He was really successful. In fact, here's the thing. When The Rock left around, The Rock left back in 2000 and, well, I have Santa in there. Oh, what's up, Santa? Why don't you have your piece in here? Remember, chat room's on lock for your thoughts on the chat room. When The Rock not only came and successful in Hollywood, which is really hard to do if you're not even in another business, but even did have some cameos like the diva, the divas and such, and everything else. He did the Diva Search in 2005, and then actually 2006 and 2007, he actually did some stuff for SmackDown, which I actually liked. You know, that stuff. The Rock did not need to be an omnipresent presence every time and such. I mean, some people did not like the fact that some people did not like, some other wrestlers that just, Austin has a bit of a backlash for coming in. Oh, gosh, stop coming in, Austin. And people are getting a little bit sick of Austin coming out and stunning people and everything else. Some people are like that, Some people were against Austin, or say, Rob Van Dam, or, Hulk Hogan, or Ric Flair. Guys just like, you need to go and stay away. I think Shawn Michaels did the right thing in retiring, and I really hope he does not come back full-time or anything else. I wouldn't mind a match now and then, but if he wants to come back and everything else, that really just destroys the mystique. Some people just need to go away and stay away and actually move on. The Rock moved on for the more part, for the less part and everything else, and did things in Hollywood and became really successful there, getting parts and, proving his worth in Hollywood and getting, this really good action star. Now he's getting into good movies. Journey 2, I think, did pretty well. And I really can't wait for G.I. Joe, because honestly, he looks really badass in that, as Roadblock and everything else. But honestly, back to Cena's whole thing, it's just really, it just sounds like, again, bad fanboy. It just seems like, see, with Rock, with his case, is that The Rock should have stayed there, not tried to do anything else, and not tried to become and not try to get like him, like he tried and completely bombed and had to come back to pro wrestling, which he said in his promo said there's not going to be a reunion two. There's not going to be the 15 rounds, which should have lasted. No, it was nothing, but it was 12 rounds. Should have gone 2, maybe 3 at best. Where you got bounced out of the theater. It just felt like Rock. I mean, no, it did feel like Cena. While he has that type of mold, that type of look, and everything else, who could be a decent action star, like the Marine show that I heard that a lot of people said that it's just a dumb action movie, which actually looked pretty good. But he never really picked roles that actually did everything. His stuff in Legendary was mediocre, I heard. His stuff in the Fred movies, which I did see, yeah, really bad. Didn't save that piece of crap. And all the other movies, it just becomes, well, he's basically himself, not himself, but just these wrestling characters, John Cena, and, well, people don't really find him as good as an actor. He doesn't have that connection to the audience. And the funny thing is, about John Cena movies and such, and how he connects to kids, he actually released 12 rounds while Monsters vs. Aliens came out. And Monsters vs. Aliens, while not a perfect film, was actually, and everything else had its flaws, just beat the crap out. I mean, they destroyed. That destroyed 12 rounds, which really is, because it was funny, because Cena really did not have, really, Cena does have a huge connection with the kids and a huge connection to everything else, with the kids and all the other stuff. But honestly, when and just completely bomb. It's really funny. But anyway, it just seems to me that Cena's rapid just trying to really stay with The Rock, saying he's going to leave, and everything else, all the words, well, while he's right in some aspects, feel like coming from him ring hollow. Which, you know what? And I know people will say, that's stupid. But you know what? You know what this would have been better as? If CM Punk would have said these things. That's right. If CM Punk said this stuff, it would have rang so much true. Because Cena, as much as he's just, well, he's at where The Rock was when he faced Hulk Hogan, like he was at the zenith, and he doesn't really need championships. CM Punk, on the other hand, is the radical. He is the voice of the voiceless. And to me, Punk Rock seems more of an act of and everything else instead of Cena Rock. While Cena Rock feels like, okay, that feels good, but you know what? And everything else. Oh, he's not being in case. Okay, whatever. I'm looking at Shannon's chats and everything. And everything else. It's good to hear you and everything else. See more of the page. Hopefully you see more of me and listen to me and download the podcast and all that good stuff and check out all the people I do and everything else. Hopefully you do. Anyway, it seems to me, like I said, CM Punk should have been like a real catalyst, because I believe CM Punk, like I said, really feels like, if CM Punk said those words, it would have rang so much true, because CM Punk is the guy who really is fighting for the guys in those locker room. CM Punk is like the voice of the voiceless, taking on the Hollywood version of The Rock and such. It fits so much. And what John Cena's trying to do is, you know what he's doing? He's trying to co-op. Like he's trying to hop on Punk's coattails a bit. trying to really be the indie sensation, but really he's not. He's just the biggest phony. Like, to quote CM Punk, you're just as big as phony as The Rock is. Just saying, which I think would have been so much better if if The Rock was facing CM Punk instead of John Cena, because as much as I like Cena, it just seems like he's just co-opting people like CM Punk instead of actually doing something his real reason why he doesn't like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Anyway, that's how I feel about it. Anyway, I'll be right back after this, and next up we're going to be talking, CM Punk, Chris Brown, that whole Twitter controversy, and the video as well. Anyway, we'll be right back here on the Duke CT Lounge. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be right back. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here on the VCT Lounge. Phone number once again is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. And the call ID to connect to me, Duke CT, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. Anyway, back to the show. And we're going to be talking about something else, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be talking about, Chris Brown and CM Punk. The Twitter war. And I'm going to say this. It really looks, really bad on Chris Brown. Which funny thing is about this, CM Punk's tweets are still up and everything else. Chris Brown's tweets are mysteriously gone. So it looks like CM Punk won the round, and looks like Chris Brown is, hiding somewhere. Or just ignoring him, or, I don't know, just his publicist is like saying, just stop this right now. And everything else. And everything else. It just seems that, it really, it really is. It is. It's really bad. And then let's start in the beginning. CM Punk started retweeting this whole Chris Brown stuff because of these girls saying, I would like Chris Brown. And I'll put the stuff up after the whole audio and everything else. I'll show you the tweets on this thing, and trust me, I see it. Some would say, some of these girls are trolling, but I think some of them are not. And trust me, it just seems that, it's really just, really just sad and disturbing. And everything, it just really is. I don't know what the heck is wrong with these girls and everything else. And it just seems like, I don't know. It just seems like, really, they're like, man, it just so these girls are, just weird. I don't know, just really odd and weird. I don't know. Maybe they're into that. If they are, God bless them, but I don't know, still weird. Anyway, CM Punk just tweeted this stuff back to him. In fact, I'm going to Twitter and see this stuff right here. I'm following CM Punk. So let's see. Hopefully he didn't make too much tweets and everything else. You know, all these other things. Let's see. I think. Yep. Oh man. Let's see. Alright. Let's see, here it is. Let's see. Here you are. View more tweets. And let's see. That's some hilarious stuff. Let's see. I was attacked by. Let's see. Come on. Here he is. Right here is everything else. Right here. I would like Chris Brown fight someone that can defend themselves. Me stopping that turd would be a WrestleMania moment. Which, honestly, everything else, and it started rolling down, Chris Brown, everything else, Chris Brown started retweeting this stuff, and it's Chris Brown's tweets are deleted. Then we have the CM Punk video, which the tweet video he made, which honestly was really, wow, that was really good. It was really interesting, the video, and it just feels like, just like, it really got like, man, it really started pushing it, and part of me wished the WWE and maybe CM Punk should have let this thing go and don't really talk about it and everything else. But in a way, Chris Brown has said about this, and I'll say this, and I'll retweet my, and I'll say this about, about my, Twitter. I actually said this right here on my Twitter account, and believe it or not, it's got, retweeted by a couple people, a couple of my friends, and I'll say this, and I said this about, it said this, just saw the CM Punk video, and I also saw the Chris Brown's response to it, and, well, let's just say Chris Brown really needs to be humbled, badly, and I still feel that way. I still feel that Chris Brown, the way he's reacting and the way his stuff since he got the Grammy and everything else, thinking that it's all good, but it's not, and it seems like he's like, yeah, I did that, but honestly, well, screw you, and everything like that, screw you, middle finger type of the world, which, honestly, some might kind of appealing and saying, I moved on and all this type of stuff, which I hope that, I was like right there, but, saying I moved on and everything else, but the way this whole thing has tumbled down and everything else, that really just spiraled really out of control, his Grammy response, his everything else, because personally, I didn't watch the Grammys, I didn't care about them, but, oh man, he wins it, and everyone went off, he went off as like say, screw you, I won my Grammy, and everything else, screw you to the haters, and then you had the tweets with the girls, then CM Punk gets involved, and, well, here we are. And, well, if you don't know, Chris Brown, I think it was a couple years ago now, he and his then girlfriend, or maybe his girlfriend now, since they supposedly hooked back up, I don't really read the whole comment stuff, the whole entertainment news and such. Then girlfriend Rihanna and attacked her, leaving her with these countless horrible bruises, and it got leaked online. It looks really horrible. and really just put, really was like, oh my God, how can a person do type of thing? And it looked like he was going to go to jail, but by whatever, since he didn't really have any priors before, and he's a celebrity, he got only probation and 6 months of community service. But some people still don't think that's not enough. And the way he keeps acting and everything else, I honestly think he hasn't learned any lessons. I say, yeah, I'm rich, I can get away with anything. And he has no real consequences to his actions. It just shows that, I just make a sad face and people will forgive me. And, and I don't want a person who, because I believe in forgiveness. I believe in redemption. But honestly, if you have no type of punishment or anything else, no type of comeuppance, anything like that, you make a mistake or anything else, everybody else, like, you make a mistake, you get punished for it, but in the end you move on, you say, I won't do it again. That sort of thing, you should, I'm not saying you should spend the rest of his life in jail, but maybe, a couple of months, maybe in like a minimal correctional facility, maybe a month or a year in jail, maybe would have humbled him and said, maybe I did was wrong, and go seek counseling, and go seek therapy, and maybe see something really was wrong with himself. But, but it is what it is now, and he's free, and he can make all this stuff on Twitter, and his publicist deletes them. I love Deer Park. But anyway, I doubt that anything's going to come out from this. I really do not foresee CM Punk getting in a match with him, with all this stuff with Chris Jericho and everything else. I don't see that happening. But anyway, that's how I feel. I really feel that if CM Punk really got, I really wish CM Punk, did get us something. Probably wish he did. Probably what if he gets humbled? What if CM Punk gets beat down? What does that do for pro wrestling? Or the opposite end of something. What does that do to Chris Brown's career? If CM Punk, a so-called fake fighter or pro wrestler, basically humbles him in a MMA ring, basically just destroys Chris Brown. What does that do for his career? I think maybe ends it. I don't know. But hey, crazier things have happened. Anyway, I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to shut this down this week. There's not much I can talk about. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and this will be up soon. This will be up probably by the end of the night. If not, I'll be up this on Saturday. Anyway, this is Dukect here. Peace and love. I'll see y'all when I see y'all later.